Our subscribers will know the history of this plane. If you haven't seen what I'm talking about, maybe I should show you. Put it back in the air. Wow.
Oh, I knew! You should have put it down the first time.
Should have. This is a whole new airplane. We did actually repair that one and fly it, and a good friend of ours ended up with that airplane. But this one is brand new. And I did this because I really loved everything about the airplane, and I just didn't get, I think, 2 minutes of flight time on the original before the incident happened, and I want to give it another shot. So this is the giant 2-meter, probably didn't look that big the way I was holding that airplane, FMS Beaver. It is a giant behemoth of an airplane. Believe it or not, I put this together, I assembled it in probably about 25 or 30 minutes. It probably helps that I've done it once before. It flies on a 6S, recommended 4,000 milliamp battery, and that's what we have in there today, a smart battery actually. And when we plug it in, you'll see we have lights on the airplane that look great. We have vortex generators I installed, and those accessories that you're looking at, like the vortex generators, not even these antennas, those click into place, but just a couple of the accessories, like the instrument needle over here, those are glued on. That's about the only thing that is glue uses on this airplane. Really, honestly, no glue required to assemble the airplane. The nice thing about the wing, because yeah, this does fit in our car in one piece when I'm by myself, but the wing actually just plugs into the fuselage. There are no wires you really have to mess around with. Let's put this in the air and hope that the second maiden goes well.
Throttle test so we don't have a repeat of last time.
That sounds good. That sounds good. I just added a little expo while Abby was getting everything set up. Are you good to go?
Yep.
All right, so see how she taxis? Might as well let it run down the runway. Hey guys, the reason that first one happened is because the motor mount only had 2 of 4 bolts in there. Just sometimes that stuff happens. Even the best companies, that can happen with. Having said that, when FMS gets it right, they nail it. But every now and then, you kind of got to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. I was with flaps, taking the flaps off. That was just the perfect amount of lift. It's gonna need a tiny touch of trim. We're gonna listen for weird vibrations, but we should be good, you guys. We should be good. Oh, it's flying really nice. So nice right now. It does still need trimmed up some. Very little wind today, so it's a good opportunity to get it trimmed up. If I'm flying it a little far away from the camera, that's why I just focused on trimming a little bit. There we go. Still climbing some. That's about half throttle. So if you're wondering, well, you know, what is trim? I want the airplane, if I have that wing set at level and I'm not touching the controls, it shouldn't be moving. But if it's rolling to the right on its own, then I want to click trim into the airplane so that it doesn't roll right. I want it to fly perfectly level and straight. So if your airplane is climbing, then you need to click down trim a couple times. Just depends how severe it is. And usually that stuff can be trimmed up really nicely. I love a bright red and white airplane on a pretty blue sky with clouds and just green trees. It just looks awesome. So let's wake it up and hear that 6S motor scream. The last time we did this, it did not end well. It kept getting louder. This is so good. It feels great with 20% expo on all the control surfaces. So it's just a good starting point. Looping it. Yeah, this is nice. This is why I wanted to give this a second shot, because I knew it was a great airplane. It just had issues. Mine had issues. I lesson learned the hard way, and that's why we make our videos. I just want people to know real things happen to all of us. We all can crash. We all can experience a lemon from the factory, quality control issue, you know, whatever. But as I said, when they nail it, they nail it. And I knew this would be a great airplane, so that's why it's back on the channel. I don't have any kind of telemetry in here or anything, so we're just going to probably push for about a 5-minute flight, maybe. I've been really easy on the throttle, so maybe 6 or 7. That's probably going to be it today. snap it up here. The climb is insane on this though, you guys. I mean, I love the climb rate on this. See if we can pull off a Cuban 8 out here. It just seems like a good airplane to do a nice Cuban 8 with. Roll rate was a little slow on that for my liking. But yeah, nice. For a giant 2-meter scale bird, it's pretty sporty too. It's really nice. Feels great, sounds great. I don't have AS3X or anything in here. I've just got a nice simple dumb receiver in here. Nothing fancy. This is just flying pure. That was nice. Nice and low. Oh yeah, let's do maybe some inverted. See how it holds upside down. What I want to do though is loop into it, Abby. So at the end of the runway, I'll loop reverse into it just because the roll rate's a little slow. If it doesn't feel right, it's easier to get out of it going the other way. Yeah, that's nice. Big airplanes, if you want to try inverted for the first time, I think it's easier to get into being inverted from a loop than it is from rolling, just in case your roll rate is slow. Here we go, up and out. Oh yeah, that's great. Let's try for a nice big slow spiral down. Let's see how it goes. I didn't love that. Let's try it over here. Not bad for a maiden. Really, this is the first, first time I feel super comfortable doing much on this airplane. It just looks beautiful. I love this thing. It's nice. I've had mixed experiences with FMS, truly mixed experiences. The Avanti, I think that's what I'm shooting for. It's no, Futura, the Futura V3. That is one of the best EDF experiences I've ever had. I love that thing. Easily top 2, easily. And when they nail it, they nail it. But they've got to just work a little bit on their quality control and stuff. And you got to do that ground test before takeoff on these kind of things. We're gonna go full flaps and see how that feels over the runway. Expo really does help clean that up a lot. That is so nice. Oh, what? That was so slow and pretty.
Road rash.
How did I bounce at all? Those wheels are deceiving because they are foam. They look like they're rubber, but they're foam. I'll bet this would really greatly benefit from like nice Dubro tires. But Abby, we're gonna go half flaps and try that again just so I can try to clean that up because I felt like that was a perfect landing, but it really didn't look nice when it bounced over here. I don't know why I climbed. I don't know. I was thinking about doing a loop and then I didn't, so let's go for it. But that's the beauty of a big giant airplane. You can do about anything on it. It looks good as long as you're not crashing it. So that was full flaps a couple seconds ago. We're 0 throttle, and again with the bounce.
You're not slowing down enough.
I'm not thrilled about that. Well, let's do it one more time. We got to go around, right? We got to clean it up. Do a takeoff with no flaps and see what that feels like. And then we definitely don't want to push this battery any farther, although it doesn't feel low at all. No indication of it being low.
This one you got a baby.
Let's baby it. So maybe we need to come in under like a little bit of throttle.
Nice and
possibly.
slow.
Slow but under power, because I don't want to stall out, and I think that's what's happening is right over the runway I'm stalling and it's getting a little bounce. I don't know, maybe I'm not slow enough. A little bit of headwind now, so this could clean up. Could clean up some.
Ooh.
How slow can I actually go with it? I feel like that's slow enough, Abby. Ah, yeah, a little bit of power, but slower. I think you nailed it. You were right. Just a little slower. This thing can come in really slow. It just looks good. It's a good looking big giant 2-meter airplane. We're not here to sugarcoat stuff. We're not here to hide things. A lot of channels do it. We don't. We want you guys to see our real experience, whether it was our fault or not.
A lot of channels do it and then badmouth us in the comments.
There's a person that's on fire right now doing that.
He doesn't respond to any of their other comments.
But if you mention our name,
they'll respond.
Gets his attention.
And everything's always hunky-dory doody-doo on his channel.
Well, just be aware. I think what Abby and I are trying to tell you, it's something we've told you before in the past. If you watch someone's channel, and it is, I know we are positive in nature, but we do show explosions. We do show when drones fly away and need to be recalibrated. We show when helicopters have problems. And just know that if you don't see, well, I don't know.
It just shows character on their part, Nate, so don't take it personal.
Well, and they go after our kids, it does leave a nasty taste in your mouth, you know?
That comment was a little uncalled for, but
yeah,
we see it, but we don't engage.
So back to the airplane though, I want you guys to get the real experience. I would say probably, realistically, 90% of what they're putting out is solid. Right, but I do know that some issues arise from this company. Let's just say less issues than Dynam, less issues than Motion, probably more issues than E-Flight. You know, that's about where we're at. Hobby King is like way down there, you know. Do they even exist anymore?
I don't know.
I don't think so. They're struggling really bad. So I think, you know, we all want to put our E-Flight bind and fly planes out and just go fly. And the ready to fly helicopter, the GPS helicopter that we just did, the Huey, that thing was a GPS helicopter ready to fly. That thing should have taken off and not had problems. And that's where ready to fly should be. That's where our standards should be. When we put a plane like this together, as long as we do our part and assemble the wing the way we're supposed to, nothing else should fail on the airplane. You shouldn't have to pretend like this is a kit airplane and go through everything. And if you do that, good for you, but that's not where the standard should be. When you buy a new PS5, do you take it apart and run through it with your voltimeter at every single solder joint? No, you turn it on because it should work. And so if there's quality control issues or manufacturing issues or even my own lack of skill issues, that's what we show on our channel. And yes, by you ordering this plane or anything we feature on our channel through the links that we provide, we make a very small kickback that helps support our channel and our family. But that doesn't mean I'm going to show you a helicopter blowing up and say, oh, bye, bye, bye. You know, it's like, hey, that's our experience, so you might want to be a little bit careful and consider spending your hard-earned money on something else. But there are channels out there that just don't say anything bad about anything, and
they'll say bad stuff about others.
Say bad stuff about me and Abby and my kids. Which, by the way, thousands of people have told me, maybe hundreds, probably close to 1,000, that the tail rotor of that helicopter was installed, not the blade, but I think 2 of the 3 wires got switched. People were saying the tail rotor went in reverse, and then it didn't have enough power to keep up, and that's why we lost control of that thing. But yeah, this is a fun video to do because it allows us an opportunity to talk about morals, I think, and lack thereof with some people. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy with the results of this airplane. It is a whole new one. I just assembled it today, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. And just, as I say, just be a little cautious with who you're watching. Be aware that I'm not a perfect person, and I'm not going to show you perfect results every time. And if you're expecting that, you'll never find that on our channel. The final thing, if you're wondering, this is actually an air conditioning thing. It's not just a fan, it's air conditioning, and it has heat. Not that I'd use it today, but Abby will use it this winter. So I'll link that down there too, because I've really enjoyed using it while I'm flying. Great airplane this time around. And as I said, it'll be linked to the description box below with all the good stuff. We've got, you know, challenges. We do it to ourselves when we jump in front of the camera and put videos out for the world to see. When we started our channel 10 years ago and got 1 view on the very first video, we didn't expect to ever have a channel where we'd have, you know, across all of our social media platforms, 1 million people following us, and now 400,000 subscribers on YouTube just for RC stuff. It never was the goal, but it's
actually
just been
450, Nate.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, the growth lately.
It's crazy.
We didn't even get to make a 400K video because we hit 450K like a week later.
It's wild. So I'm really happy about that. And for the good, I thank God, and for the bad, I thank God too, because I think it keeps me humbled. I believe I don't really, sometimes it's hard because you want to chime in and you want to
join the negativity and the toxicity,
I guess,
and the evilness of the world. It is
quite
evil. Hard
evil.
to stay away.
There's not a lot of good that can come from it, but you know, we want to mention it to you guys. I think the main reason we talk about it is to let you know that maybe you don't like your boss or coworker or something, and you're going to work and you're doing everything right, and all you want to do is make a paycheck and come home and fly your planes on the weekend, or watch YouTube to get you through life through the week. And I know I got a good trucker buddy. You're probably watching our video now. You know, you actually, people like you and yourself keep us motivated and encouraged to know that we're not alone in being hated on just for our like positivity and honesty and stuff. It's really a wild world we live in when we can't fly airplanes, and thank God, and just live and let live. I don't I don't go to other people's channels and, you know,
actually we don't badmouth other channels in the comments either.
No, if I see a person say something, let's say someone comes by and says something about another plane channel in our comments, if it's negative and it's bad enough, I'll probably delete it. If it's negative and it's an opinion, I may leave it, but I'm not going to chime in. And I just encourage, I just want positivity, you guys. That's what this is about. It's planes, it's toys. It shouldn't be negative. So the reason I'm saying all this is I'm grateful to God for keeping me grounded and still getting me through the negative times when other channels might attack us and stuff, which seems so weird. It's just saying, like,
we're in the same boat, you know?
We're in the same boat, like, and we got a lot on our plate with our kid. Like, we got young kids and just trying to make it happen. You know, we work hard full time, and we do this just to bring positivity through the world. We clean our house, mow the grass. I mean, we're just like everybody else, but we take the time to jump in front of the camera and do this, and we're not going to be perfect every time we do it. That's just how it is. And if you're displaying perfection always and only, I feel sorry for you, because that's a lot of hard work. It's hard work to pretend to be perfect. I thank you guys, our subscribers, our viewers, just for having our backs, because you keep us going. And I think we needed this moment to share with you guys, because Abby and I have been juggling this one a little bit. It's one thing if a channel with one subscriber comes along and makes a little stupid video about us, but it's another when a big one.
Well, it's been multiple times.
It has been multiple times, and it just is starting to feel like, I don't know, too much. So I hope you guys hear us on this one, and thanks for having our backs. That's the main thing. This will be linked in the description box below. I thank God for life and today, because it really is a great day. I'm so happy with myself to be able to get this out of the box, build it and fly it and film it all in the same day. It just feels really good to do that. And a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your insanely awesome support. We'll have another big airplane video popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.